All he knows is there's an open lane right here with his dominant hand, and his defender is coming this way, away from the ball. Here's a fun fact I learned about Micaiah Hebert today. He does his laundry on Fridays. Look at that spin cycle from the quarterback, gets it into Rocketshaw territory. About 2 hours ago, all of these seats in front of me, to my left, to my right, and behind me, almost to the top of this section and the one to my left, were full of hockey fans here in South Mississippi waiting to hear the words that they've been waiting for years to hear. Hockey is coming back. Now I'm holding a sticker here. It says Operation Sellout with the Seawolves logo just on the edge of it. And that's what Biloxi Pro Hockey has dubbed tonight's game. Since then, here's the amount of interceptions Cade Crosby has thrown. Not a single interception in 2 months of football. This team is running itself like a Fortune 500 company right now. You say a lot of Ole Miss fans here, and you're right. The majority of fans that I saw, at least when I was patrolling the streets in and around the French Quarter, were wearing the powder blue and red. But we have to give Baylor fans some credit. They traveled here to New Orleans. The Pearl River women's volleyball team was the first junior college program of its kind in Mississippi and is the youngest active program at PRCC. With an astounding record of 22-3 so far this season, the Wildcats are already making their presence felt nationwide with loads of roots from right here in South Mississippi. In 2019, the Pearl River volleyball program played its first official season. Just 3 years later, and the Wildcats are on the short list of the country's top teams. Led by 8 South Mississippi products, Pearl River earned its first ever national ranking earlier this week.
So Monday, like right at 2 o'clock, we started checking, and I wasn't with them, so I just sent it to them in our group message, and they were so excited.
Oh, it was so awesome.
Yeah, I was so excited. We worked so hard to get that.
We did.
It's surreal. It's like one of the greatest feelings I've felt in a while.
Head coach Haley Chatham has been with the program since day one, but with some of her players for much longer. Before becoming Pearl River's first head coach, she won a pair of state titles at Van Cleve alongside 4 current Wildcats.
I've had a relationship with these girls, and they came in, most of them kind of knowing what to expect and knowing the standard they were going to be held to, and they just reached it.
Like, it's been so nice to have her with me throughout my whole time. It's more than I could have imagined.
From high school to now, it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's an easy fit. You just fall in and you already know how everything's going to work.
Having familiar faces in your locker room is a bond difficult to replicate.
It's meant a lot to me. I'm glad to have her by my side. She's a freaking great teammate, awesome on the court. It's relieving to know that she's out there with me.
But the connection that starts with Coast natives spreads to each and every member of the team, whose hometowns stretch from west of New Orleans all the way to the eastern coast of Florida.
They've definitely left a lasting impression on my life, and I think this program is amazing, and I'm very grateful to be a part of it.
It's been a steady climb for the Wildcats, who nearly doubled their first-year win total in their second season. But in the monumental third season, it's that unique bond that's helped propel them into unprecedented heights.
This group, they decided to really take care of each other, play for each other, lift each other up. If somebody's having a bad day or is down, they give them lots of grace. That has been the difference maker this year. But the whole team, they've just made the decision that we're going to do whatever it takes, and we're going to do it for each other.
When former Gulfport player Leonard Bennett saw how tough it became for some of South Mississippi's finest basketball stars to play accessible AAU ball, he took matters into his own hands and helped put a team right in our backyard.
I think it's hard on the parents to try to drive to Louisiana every weekend, try to drive to Jackson every weekend, try to drive to Alabama every weekend. We all just got together and said, man, let's just do it right here on the coast, because we have enough talent right here on the coast to do it. So, if any kid want to come out and play, you don't have to go to those different venues to play.
And what better person to help start a team than former Admiral and LSU standout turned pro, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Known during his high school days as Chris Jackson, whenever Rauf can find time, he comes back to his roots as a part-time assistant to help the community that helped him years ago.
The goal in life is to find your gift, and the purpose in life is to give it away. A lot has been given to me throughout the years, people that are from this area as people not in this area. So giving back is just a priority.
The team season begins in March, just weeks after the high school season concludes. For the players, it's a chance to play as one as Mississippians, just days removed from being opponents.
But like in the end, we just come together, go play against other people in different states that they say are better than us, and we beat them. So now we can say we actually better than them because y'all let little old Mississippi that ain't nobody beat y'all. So it just feels good.
And for the coaches, helping develop elite basketball players is only part of the grand vision. And the game itself is more than just a game.
We try to mold young men first and actually get these kids that could actually play Division I basketball or Division II basketball, NAIA basketball, is to go to school for free. That's our ultimate goal, to mold young men and get them in school.
Having them understand that basketball is a tool and that there's carryovers to everything and all the things, whether sacrifice, networking, teamwork, those are things you're going to need in everything you do in life. And so having them understand that, and so when they get it, that's what's most rewarding.
McHenry's Tyler Cobb was playing baseball at Mississippi Gulf Coast just a couple of years ago before he found a new passion of his, cornhole.
We got started pretty much just like everybody else. We just kind of threw in the backyard or at get-togethers, and then we just kind of were like, no, we're pretty good. And we found out that there was tournaments, like real cornhole tournaments, so we started going to them, and it just kind of took off from there.
It wasn't long until Tyler turned his passion into a career. At just 21 years old, he's officially a member of the American Cornhole League.
In the ACL, you get points by like winning regionals and stuff like that. And I won a few regionals and got good points. Then we went to our conference tournaments, which is like at a bigger stage. I did good at those, and then we went to the World Championships last August, and that's where I qualified to be a pro.
In his first year as a pro, Tyler won the ACL Pro Shootout Doubles Championship in early June.
On the way, and he hits there, but he can't drag it in.
Prior to traveling for tournaments, Tyler had never flown on an airplane before. But his newfound love changed that, and he's become close friends with his teammates and his competitors.
I have friends all over the place. I mean, from one end of the United States to the other. You don't go to many cornhole tournaments and meet many people that you don't like. Everybody, they're good people, but at the same time, they like to be serious about it. They're not just messing around, and I think that's what I like about it the most.
The first chapter of his career has been wildly successful. How many chapters of it are left? Well, he's not so sure. But no matter how long the book ends up being, he'll be perfectly content.
I'll take it as far as it'll take me, but I'm going to ride it as long as I can. If it takes me my whole life, if it don't, just keep playing, keep trying to win, and if I keep winning, I'll keep playing. If I stop winning, I'll stop, I guess.